All right, 10 hot questions with Alex Hackel starting right now. Who is your favorite skier of all time?
Candide Tovex.
Really?
Yeah, or Henrik. But Candide, I had to go one. I think Candide is the current GOAT. I think Henrik's going to end up being the GOAT.
Okay. Why Candide?
I mean, body of work, done for such a long time, and he's really never released anything that was mid. He's only released amazing content.
That's true. Yeah, it's only been good stuff. Do we know how old he is?
I think he's in his 40s.
He might be like 50. He could be fucking 30. I have no idea. It seems like he's never changed. I swear, in 2010, I think he recorded every clip he's ever made in 2010 and has just released them over the course of the last 15 years. I think nothing's changed. So,
I would bet 41.
Okay.
41 to 40.
Favorite trick to do?
Double cork set.
Why?
It just feels so good. You get to see it the whole way through, and it's like a little more advanced than like cork 3, so it's just like, I don't know, you feel like a badass.
Favorite mountain in the world to ski at? You gotta pick one. And then I'll give you a follow-up where you can get a little bit of a redemption here, but...
Okay, I'd say, I think probably Whistler.
Whistler, okay, cool. I wasn't expecting that. What about Whistler?
Ooh, well, I changed my answer. Riksgränsen, Sweden. Riksgränsen, Sweden. I don't know. I think Riksgränsen is my favorite place to go skiing. So I'm going to go with my personal favorite.
Okay.
I think Whistler is like, I mean, it has park, it has backcountry, it has everything as summer skiing. Like, to me, Whistler is just one of those places, and it has a nice village. And I tell a lot of people, like, that's kind of one of my favorite ski destinations.
Okay. Favorite New England mountain?
This is going to get me a lot of trouble somewhere sometime. But it has to be Sunday River Main. I love that place.
I feel like you would have gotten more trouble if you didn't say Sunday River Main.
Well, I do the hike and hang in Killington, and I have more connections. I go skiing more often in Killington or Sugar Bush these days, but I have to keep it real. I love Sunday River Main.
Most amount of tries that it's ever taken you to land a trick, and what trick was it?
So the trick that immediately jumps out is in my first rail ski. I do this switch on, and then I do like front foot, 1 foot to front swap to back foot, 1 foot down this it's a flat down in Chickatumi, Quebec. And that took me over 4 sessions. So let's just say, I don't know, 100 tries a session, 4 days, over 2 years. And then to add insult to injury, I'd gone to that spot to try a different trick 2 more times before that. So I'd had 6 days on that rail before I ever walked away with like a clip, and then I had 4 days of trying that exact same trick on that rail. So
400 to 600 tries on this.
Yeah, I think I'm a little cursed with that rail.
How do you not quit? Like, what the fuck?
Well, I think when you have like the clear vision of like what the possibilities of your trick could be, and then also it's not like you have like all the locations in the world. So a lot of the times when you're in Chickatumi, it's because there's not snow elsewhere.
Yeah.
So you're just like, okay, I'm in Chickatumi. There's not unlimited spots here. I have this clear vision. The way that it's like super steep lines up super well.
Yeah.
And then you just like trick yourself into being like, I can do this. And then you can't do it. And then you trick yourself again. But in the end, I ended up doing it because we just like, I don't know, we added a little more pop to the takeoff to make it a little bit easier. And then we like made the in run a little better. So there's like all these small things that you can do that can like push it in your favor. And then also like confidence, I think. And I was on a deadline. I was on the X Games deadline. So
yeah.
That was like the last trick in my first X Games real ski that I like needed. Like it was a clear hole, and it was like, this is going to fill the hole. This is a superheater. Like,
yeah,
we need this. We're not going away.
The trick to being a good skier is to lie to yourself a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's, which they say, I think they say it about another profession, but it's like a short memory.
Yeah.
You have to forget. You have to really like just forget it, and then convince yourself otherwise.
Can you nose butter 7 in tech bindings? Not in a Duke, in a real tech binding.
So what shift speed?
Nope.
Maybe? Okay.
And I don't think you can in shift either. I think you're going to pre-release.
Well, I've pre-released the whole lot. But I've done some. But I would say no. I would say you might get lucky. It might happen once or twice.
Yeah.
But I would say 9 out of 10 times you're going to release.
Okay. 1,000 snowboards. Is that a thing that has ever crossed the mind of you and the crew?
Obviously, it's crossed the mind, but I can say probably pretty certainly it's not good.
Okay. Most absurd pocket snack that you've ever consumed on the hill?
Good.
Weirdest thing that you've ever eaten on hill?
I really don't think I'm like a weird either. I probably just have like normal things in my pockets. But I would say weirdest like eating experience is I one time like won a pair of magic, like the magic pants, like the salmon pants, by eating a like large cinnamon bun that's like the size of my face when I was 12 with no hands, quicker than somebody else. So I'd say the weirdest like food experience around a ski slope was eating like a head-sized cinnamon bun with no hands in like 2 minutes to win a pair of pants.
I went to a gas station last year on the way to the hill, and I went to go get a breakfast sandwich. I was like, I need something of substance. I need to like actually get some real food in me. No breakfast sandwiches, no ovens on, no anything. The only real food that they had was smoked salmon from the gas station. So I kept a full slab of smoked salmon in my jacket pocket for the entire day. And that's just what I ate for the rest of the afternoon.
Or was it a cold or warm day?
I mean, it was like whatever, 35 or something. So like by noon, it was pretty sweaty. Yeah, it was sweaty. It was warm by noon. Like my pocket was cooking.
And are we talking like, did you have it in like a plastic wrap, or was it just?
It was just in the package. So I just like, it was in the little packaging. So I just kept snacking out of the little package. So it was fun. It was good. It was a little smelly. Nobody really wanted to be that close to me for the rest of the day, but it was fun. Would you rather a Lowzpow day or a Bluebird Brewer day?
Depends. Am I in the trees or I'm not in the trees?
I would say that is not part of the question in this particular.
Well, it means to me because what I've noticed really specifically in the Alps is you're always, the majority of the time you're above tree level.
Yeah.
And a Lowzpow day is like a death sentence.
Yeah.
There's really like no way to not.
You don't know where you are.
Yeah, exactly. But like I had like a Lowzpow day at Alta because you're in the tree line and it was super sick.
Yeah.
So I would choose a Lowzpow day if I'm in like a resort with tree line. But then if I was like in the Alps above tree line, I would way rather.
Last thing, favorite thing to do that is not skiing.
Favorite thing to do that's not skiing, sleep. Without it, sleep.
That can't be the answer.
Well, I don't know. It's no, I mean, I work out, I skateboard. I don't know. Honestly, I would say like outside the skiing, like I really enjoy like building things, not with my hands physically, but like 1,000 skis to come.
Yeah.
Like building projects, like creating things. So I'd say like creating artistically would be probably the correct answer. But then I'm like, well, how often do I actually do that in comparison to sleep? Sleep and about getting that nice like.
Are you an 8-hour a night guy?
I'm 8-hour night.
No matter what.
No matter what. I mean 7.5. I'm not like killing myself, but like. It's like I need the sleep schedule. So it's not necessarily about if I get 8.5 or 7.5. It's more that I like don't put myself in a situation where I'm like running on low amount of sleep. And I think it's like an unspoken like thing of like, I don't know. I think a lot of my injuries from skiing came from being young and being on a crazy sleep cycle, potentially doing some extracurricular activities, and then showing up to the mountain and then wondering why, like
you feel like shit.
Yeah, exactly.
You cranky when you don't get sleep now.
Oh yeah, I'm like now that I've gone my 8 hours for like a couple of years now I can tell when I don't get my 8 hours. Before I had a rhythm, I had no idea, but once you can tell, it's like almost like even if you don't drink, you're super hungover, just not based on...
You feel like ass.
You feel terrible.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. We're the same age. And I think somebody told me once that once you hit 25, your ability to like just go and be on no sleep and just function the same way just drops off a cliff. And I remember this guy telling me this. He was in his 30s. And I'm like, this guy's just fucking old. Like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Everything's fine. And then I hit 25. And now if I get 6 hours of sleep or 8 hours of bad sleep, I'm like the worst person in the world to be around. Like, I'm completely insufferable. So I understand the sleep answer, I think. Awesome. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Easy.